Hi there, hope everyone is off to a great day. I want to go over a couple things. Number one, I have my Invisalign trays in and I have never done a video with them in. I just really did not feel like taking them out. This week I had to incorporate a little rubber band in there, and that's kind of a pain. And when you have lipstick on, it's very difficult to get in there and remove that rubber band. So if I have a little bit of a lisp, or I sound a little different, it is because I do have my Invisalign trays in. For those of you that follow me on Snapchat, you would be used to hearing me talk with my trays in because I generally do not take them out when I am on Snapchat. What I want to present to you today is a question that I received in the YouTube comment section of the video that I recently did on first impressions. I had someone reach out to me. Her name is Andy. Thank you, Andy, for presenting your question. And I actually did answer this question recently on Snapchat as well. I decided this is such a great question that I wanted to do a quick little video on it. Andy asked me, is there a way to recover from leaving a bad first impression? Now again, if you have not watched the first impression video, you are definitely going to want to watch that. I do have it linked. You can get to it on all my sources. But I love this question because we all have been in a situation that maybe was an embarrassing situation, or we behaved in a way that we're not exactly proud of and we wish we could take that back. I don't think any of us could say that we have not experienced that at least once in our life. The biggest impact that you are going to make to recover from a bad first impression is how you follow up. So I am going to share on how to recover from leaving a bad or a negative first impression. Number one, decide if it is worth your effort or time to even take action in the first place. What do I mean by that? Whoever you left the bad or negative first impression with, decide if this is a relationship that is worth cultivating in the first place. If you don't see the relationship going anywhere from that moment when you made the bad first impression, then I would not really worry about it so much. Again, decide whether or not it is worth your time to even take action. Number two, if you do decide that you do want to take action, that this relationship or this friendship or whatever it may be is worth it, and this person is going to be important to you maybe in the future, or you see potential for different opportunities, whether it's in business or relationship, I would immediately get it off your chest. I would admit your mistake. I would apologize about your mistake, and I would let it go. The important thing is you do not want to dwell on it. I believe in my Classy Lady video, I did talk about that when we make mistakes, nobody wants us to dwell on them. We don't want to constantly hear over and over how you made a mistake, how you drank too much and you shared too much and you talked too much. Whatever it may be, nobody really wants you to dwell on it. And when you do, and you continue to bring it up every time you are with the same people, you are actually reminding them of something that they probably have forgotten. Always remember, you are going to be harder on yourself for your embarrassing moments than they are. Number three, take this as a learning moment. We are presented with lessons all the time from mistakes that we have made, choices that we have made that we are not proud of, reacting in a way that we aren't proud of. We are always presented with opportunities to learn. Take this as a lesson, look at the mistake that you made, remind yourself when you are in social situations or when you are around others to not do the same thing that you did that left that negative first impression, and you should have no problem at all making it a last impression. One thing to bear in mind is that a first impression is not necessarily a last impression. You would be amazed how many people would be willing to give you a second chance, to give you an opportunity to prove yourself differently, to portray yourself differently, to have a different perception of you, because we have all made mistakes and we all know that we don't want those mistakes to be held over our head. The best thing that you can do is not hold it over others' heads. One of the biggest areas that we have to watch is if we are consuming adult beverages. We all know that a little bit of liquid confidence does come out when adult beverages are involved. That tends to be when we may share too much, we may talk too much, our emotions can run a little high. Sometimes our scars and wounds open up when we are under the influence of alcohol. If you recognize that you are someone that falls into this state of mind and portrays this behavior, and then you find out the next day that you are living with regret, that should be your sign that you need to know your limit and you need to have boundaries with yourself so that you do not exceed that limit. Another thing to consider is that a lot of times when we are in social situations where people are having adult beverages, everybody is having them. Chances are most people aren't even going to remember some of the things that you did. We tend to wake up the next morning and we think about everything that we did, but we really aren't thinking about what anybody else did. Cut yourself some slack and recognize that everybody is in the same situation you are. They are trying to recall what they said the night before, what they did the night before, if they offended anybody. Most people are thinking about what they did. So I wouldn't get too caught up in it. Again, don't dwell on it. Forgive yourself. Take it as an opportunity to learn and to recognize that drinking what I did or how much I did didn't serve me, and I don't want to make that mistake again. Have boundaries for yourself. It's very important. Well, thank you, Andy, for presenting that question. I think it was a wonderful follow-up to the first impression video. I hope you found this helpful. I do look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Have a great day.